What's up, YouTube? It is your girl K Dewanche, and I'm back with another story time for you guys. By the title, I don't know what I'm titled yet, but yes, the title is very much so true, 100% true. I would never lie on this channel. It is a fact, okay? Before we get into the story time, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I am trying to go up this year, as I keep saying, because I am going to go up this year. The power of the tongue is powerful.
Period! 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 Period!
And if you are a family member watching this story, click off. You got to go, okay? This is not for you. You is not grown. Get off this video because I do not want y'all to see and listen and hear about what I am about to talk about, okay? And my sisters, if you're watching this, click off because you don't need to get any hints, okay? Since this is a juicy story time, y'all, yeah, do that. It is my day off, y'all. It's not nighttime, but it's 6 o'clock somewhere because it is 3:06. But I'm bored and I'm about to do the story time for y'all. I'm lit, you lit, take a shot.
He needs some milk!
Ooh. I gotta get the jitters out for that. Crazy. This is crazy. Alright, now, I got my phone because I got my spam that I did a story time about it already on my spam. But I need to refresh my memory, so I wrote it down. And we're gonna call this man Army Man. That's what we're gonna call him, Army Man, for obvious reasons. He was in the army, so imagine a big muscular man. Yeah, we're just gonna call him Army Man. And the backstory about this is I was working at this job. I'm not gonna say the job name, but I was working at this warehouse that I had got. I was 18. So I started working there. I was working there for a long time. I would say on and off for about 4 years. But at that time I had just started. So it was about June 2019 I had started that job. At the end of June. I ain't gonna lie, I remember the day. June 29th, 2019. That's when I started. I went through a temp service to get this job because I was looking for a job all summer. And I had been having a job since I was 15. So I was like, me not having a job for a whole month just hurted me. So I needed to get some money and I wanted a car. I had just wrecked my car. So I needed a job. Found me a job through the temp service. Got hired on. I had to start it the next day. I was working. I didn't plan to be there that long because I was supposed to go to college. 2019, I graduated in 2019. I was supposed to go to college. Do the math. And I wasn't able to go to college. Sorry, y'all. I keep looking down at my phone because I got to go in order. And this is a work overnight job, so I was working overnight. That's my first job working overnight, and I pretty much did that for 4 years. And y'all, if you think it's crazy, you think it's wild, it's really not wild working overnight. It's actually pretty chill working overnight. It's a lot of crazy people, but your schedule might be off and you're not used to that, but it was cool. So I was supposed to start college and I didn't end up going. So I was really mad because I was supposed to like not go continue that job for a while because I was going to college. So when I had to actually stay at the job, I'm like, ooh, this is my last week here. I'm sick of this place. It's nasty, it stinks, it's hot. I was like, oh my God, like very devastated that I was not going to college, y'all. That's another story, but that's why I stayed at that job for a while. So Army Man was one of those men that was mid, y'all. Like, y'all know them mid ugly men. Like, he wasn't cute to me at all, but he was cool. So y'all know them ones that be the ones that F you up the most, for real. So not that he did anything, but I was a little sprung, just a little incy tinksy bit. But this particular night, I usually come in, I'm one of those people back then. I was one of those people. I still am a little bit, but when I was 18, I was headstrong. I was not talking to nobody. I wanted to get in, get out, get my money. And I wasn't talking to nobody. I don't care if you was manager, supervisor. I wasn't really talking to you because I don't know you. And this is overnight. Y'all crazy. I'm just trying to, come on now. It's hot. I'm just trying to get in and get out. So he would definitely speak to me throughout the days, like he would work, and I wouldn't say nothing to him. But one particular day, I worked Sunday through Thursday, so did he. So this Sunday, just say he was the only supervisor on site. Let's just say that. And my computer was down, and I was like, I'm not even gonna go get nobody, because you try to go get somebody in the warehouse, you can't find them, you don't even know who they are. They didn't introduce me. This was a ghetto job, y'all, very ghetto. But I was just like, I'm gonna let somebody come find me, because I was a hard worker, and they see my numbers down, they're gonna be like, it's a problem. Okay. So he eventually came to me, Army Man, and he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, my computer's down, I don't know what's wrong. He got on the phone, because he's not a techie guy, I guess. So he was like, it's gonna take 30 minutes for it to start working. They came over, fixed it, whatever. But he was like, it's gonna take 30 minutes for it to start working. So you can go to the car for 30 minutes, or you can stick around. So I was like, okay, I'm just sit right here, because I don't think I had a car then. And I was like, if I did, I probably would have left. So I stuck around, and then somebody else told me to go somewhere to help them out until till my computer starts working. So I go over there, and then he come over to me, and he's like, hey, go back, whatever. So I'll go back, and then he comes over there to me, and he's like, mind you, I'm already probably 3 months into that job. I started in June, and we didn't start talking till like September, y'all. So at that point, he come over to me, and he's like asking me those questions, like, where you from? Like, what's your favorite color, your birthday? Y'all know, them little stupid questions. So I'm just answering them, and I'm asking them back. So he's like, do you like to go to any clubs? And I'm like, yeah, but like, I'm 18. But I'm not trying to tell him this now, but I'm like, I mean, I will tell him, but I was like, yeah, I like to go to Pluckers, because Pluckers is a club that lets you get in, like, when you 18, you just gotta get them money, or the bouncer will let you in free, because you cute, you know. I done got in free, baby. He was like, I told him what the club was. Rest in peace to Pluckers, y'all, because Pluckers is not around anymore. It's around, but it's not called that no more. I don't know what it's called, but the wings was fat. If you know, you know. But I used to go to Pluckers, and I was like, matter of fact, I'm going to Pluckers this weekend, because it's my best friend's birthday, and she want to go to Pluckers. So he was like, one thing that pissed me off about him, y'all, is that he will talk to me and then say a sentence and then walk away. For example, he was like, all right, so if I give you my number, you're gonna text me, maybe I can pull up and buy y'all some wings, and walk away. And I was like, is this my manager, y'all? Like, this is my manager literally talking to me like this? Blew my mind. So he comes back before he leaves, because even though he works Sunday through Thursday, he left before me. So he left at like 1 a.m. and I was leaving at like 5 a.m. So he gave me his number, like slipped it to me real quick. And he's like, text me and I'm gonna buy you some wings. And he was like, this is actually my number, because his last 4 of his numbers was like 1, 2, 3, 4. He was like, this is a real number. And I was like, I don't care if it was or not. I'm not texting you tonight. So I didn't text him that day. Or that night, I didn't text him during the day Saturday. But I did text him Saturday night when we got to Pluckers, because I wanted some wings. I wanted some wings. But y'all, I texted him, I said, we here, this is Kayla. Cricket, y'all, he didn't say nothing. Didn't text me back at all. So he ended up texting me that next morning and was like, he got drunk, he was busy, whatever. Because he said he was going out with his friends was going to come to Pluckers. And I'm like, y'all is 26 years old. Mind y'all, he was 26 years old and I was 18. Like, what did you want to do with me? What did you want to do with me? Be for real. So he didn't come or whatever, but he texted me that day, which was Sunday, that he texted me back, because Saturday night we was going to Pluckers and I was only off for Friday and Saturday. So Sunday, he texted me that morning and I didn't text him back, because I was like, I'm going to see him later on, so I'm going to just not text him back, because I'm sure he's going to come up to me and say something. Y'all, he was the first person I seen when I walked in, and I'm just like, he is desperate. But he was like, is you gonna speak to me? I forgot to tell y'all. He was like, is you gonna speak to me when you next see me? Mind you, we got 2 days before I see you, my boy. And I was like, yeah. So when I seen him, I was like, what up? What's up? But anywho, he came up to me that night, that Sunday night, and he was like, you just gonna say what's up? Woo-woo. Just a little small talk. So then after that, we pretty much started talking. He kept begging me to go on a date with him, begging me. He kept begging me to go to the gym because he was a gym rat. Now I am, but at the time I didn't need to. I was already little, flat stomach. Now I don't got that, but I wish I did have that. But now I see where he coming from. Like, no, I don't want to go to the gym with you after work. I don't want to go. What am I gonna go to the gym with you for? Matter of fact, I can't. I'm going home. I'm tired. He would just beg me to go on a date. So I was telling my friends, I was like, should I go on a date with him? And they were just like, yeah, just try it out, go see. Because they like older men. I don't really do that. But that was my first time and last time, because I never talked to an older man. I mean, my current boyfriend is older, but I'm talking about like, that was like what? That was 8 years apart. The furthest I'll go is 1 more year older than me. Me and my boyfriend right now, we the same age. And so I ended up going or whatever. We went on a date. We went to a different, like, we went to several dates, but the first one, I ain't gonna say the place, but we went on a date, and that was that. At the end of the day, he was still asking me questions. He was like, I'm trying to figure it out. And he was like, you want to go bowling after this, or you want to go home? And I was like, I want to go home. So I went home. After that, we went on our second date. By that time, we was texting more, and he was coming over to my desk more and more often. So I didn't want people to know that, like, know we had something going on. Like, you a manager, you need to try to keep that to a minimum, my nigga, because you keep coming over here to me, you make it a black hat, okay? But I remember this one time I came in, because it was so hot in that warehouse, y'all. You will be in there sweating bullets as soon as you walk in. But I was still in there working because I needed a car. So I would come in with shorts, and it wouldn't even be that short. But they just, you know how warehouses be in jobs, like, I don't know. It wasn't even that short, but the lady at the security, she would be like, hey, your shorts is too short, but I'm gonna let this slide this one time. And then the next time, me and him was already talking about it, and he was standing at the security, and she was like, her shorts is too short, you think we can let her go through? He was like, he looked at me up and down and was like, yeah, she good. I was like, yeah. Sorry to that security guard, because I love her now. At first I did not like her, because I'm like, damn, you right dick. You mad because you can't wear these? We went to our second day. I told him I wanted to go to this place, so we went to the place, and we ate. And then he asked me that same question, like, do you want to go home or do you want to go to my house? And I was like, no, I'll go to your house. Y'all, my camera is flashing. And this gonna be a couple parts because it is pretty long. Hold on. Number 2, I don't condone underage drinking, but if you is overage, get it. I forgot to tell y'all. So before we even went on that second date, he texted my phone and was like, hey, I need to go to my baby mama house so I can drop off some money. I forgot to tell y'all. Me and him was texting, and through some of those times we text, I was like, how old are you? Because I was thinking he was at least like 24, but he was 26. And then he was like, I said, you got any kids? Because I don't have any kids. And he was like, yeah, I got a daughter. And I was like, oh my God. But she was like 8 or 9. So, and he was like, I get her every other weekend. So yeah. And then we went over there. He dropped off some money. He wasn't in there for a long time, but he was in there for a good enough time to do something. So I was just like, whatever. This isn't my man for real. So that's still his baby mama. He gotta do stuff. It is what it is. I thought somebody was gonna come outside, and I was gonna have to be ready for war. But nobody came outside. It was cool, it was quick. So we ended up going on a date or whatever. But fast forward, we did end up going to his house. When we was riding to his house, he was putting his hand on my thigh, and I was like, ugh, this is an old ass man. I don't know why I thought he was just so old to me when I was 18. But that's just what it was. Like, I'm 22 now, and I feel like 30 is old a little bit. Just a little bit. But I know when I get to that age, I'll be like, that's not old. But right now, yeah. And I thought he was gonna try something, but he didn't try anything. He was actually pretty cool about it, so that was cool. He was chill, and we watched a movie, and then he ended up taking me home. So it got to a point where now when I see him talking to people at work, I'm getting upset. I'm like, you over there yapping it up too much. You laughing, all your teeth are showing. You talking to this girl. You in front of her and she behind you, but you turn around talking. Like, what are y'all talking about? Mind you, it was only me and this other black girl. Me and her was really cool. We still cool to this day. But I just didn't like the fact that he would be turning around talking to her. Why is you turning around talking to her? They used to piss me off so bad because what do you need to talk about? And I remember texting him that night. I'm like, what is y'all talking about? Like, he just had me so upset. He told me why. I know it was stupid. Like, I know everything you saying was stupid. Because I'm watching him and I'm working. I'm watching him like this. I'm barely doing what I need to do right here. But I'm over there with him. I'm trying to be all up in his mouth. Knowing I can't even see. But what is you talking about? What is y'all talking about? So I was getting mad or whatever, but that's over with because I definitely got him back. This is another story time, but somebody from my school that I really used to have a crush on, and I'm glad I didn't do nothing with this guy because he was the bum. But he eventually came to the job and he was working, and I used to really like him. Like I used to be so obsessed with this man. I don't know, for some reason I used to be obsessed with short men. Like, I don't know, but I was obsessed with him. And he eventually came to the job and started working there. He was working there for a while, and me and him was talking. I guess he caught us walking and talking, so he was like, hey, don't get that beat up, whatever. I'm like, I'm not even into this man no more. But if you showing me you care, and if you feel exactly how I felt, good. Because I like having people feel the way I felt when you was talking to somebody. Period. That's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna stop right here. I don't think, yeah. I'm gonna stop right here. It's some more stuff, and the next story time will be about, the next part I tell y'all about is when I found out that he was actually cheating the whole time while we broke up. And I'm literally gonna tell y'all the crazy part. And he really tried me. So this gonna be part 1. So stay tuned for part 2. Again, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to all share to all your people. Please like, leave a little comment. I don't care what it is. I like comments. I respond back. So yeah, get into it, y'all. We trying to get to 1K, please. By the end of the year, 1K. I still got a long way to go, but I'm working hard. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm working. I'm a very small YouTuber. Like I ain't even thought of right now. But watch, I will be. See y'all.